Okay, time for another shootout. On the left, I've got my trusty Asus Zenbook Duo, which is an i9 processor. I think it's 9th generation. I'll put a note in the comments. 32 gigs of RAM. And on the right, we've got the latest, although almost a year old now, Surface Pro 5 with a 12th gen i5 processor and only 8 gigabytes of RAM. So this will be interesting. I'm thinking probably, I shouldn't guess, I think probably the Surface will get this because it has such a new processor. But let's see. As ever, first readout will be the Asus Duo, the computer on the left. Second will be the Surface Laptop 5. Let's go. Okay, so off the blocks we've got 15 versus 15, so they're neck and neck. Which is interesting. We're now showing 12 on the left to the Asus versus 14 to the Surface Laptop 5. So the Surface Laptop 5 having to work harder, probably because it doesn't have the RAM to play with, in spite of having probably a faster processor. 11 now on the left versus 15 for the Surface Laptop 5. And probably you can see from the timer we're approaching the more fluid, exciting part of this piece, which is by 9 Loops. It's one of the demo tracks for FL Studio. Okay, we're now on 18 versus 18, so neck and neck as they go in, which is interesting. You can hear the build up now, 16 versus 16, so still neck and neck. Interesting. Things just about to hit the crescendo now, and normally we see the processor having to work harder. So 20 on the left versus 26, 27 on the right. So the Surface Laptop 5 having to work harder as a result of its only having 8 gigabytes of RAM, I'd imagine. So interesting. The Asus now on 21. And the Surface Laptop 5 on 27, 28, 29, 30. So 20 on the left versus 29 on the right. Now these are percentages of processing power that each laptop has to use as far as image line, the makers of FL Studio are concerned. So these are great tests for FL Studio. If you're thinking of buying a new laptop, 21 now versus 28, 29. So let's stop it there. So the venerable, my favourite laptop actually, the Asus Zenbook Duo, Pro Duo. One of my favourites because it's got everything you need. It's got an NVIDIA graphics card in there as well, which obviously isn't used for FL Studio, but I do use it for other things. And of course you can clip the, you can dock the mixer into the second screen, which I really like. Having said that, Surface laptop, perhaps one of the best designed machines, PCs around. They're lovely. Now in the 5th generation, Surface Laptop 5. This is the smaller 13.5 inch. I think possibly the 15 inch is slightly more powerful, but I remember reading something, I can't remember why. Obviously the same processor. But you check that out for yourself. Anyway, let's call it a day there. Thanks for your time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have, and you'll see more of these coming up soon.